All right, hey everybody, we're back with another news feed. We're going to hit this one right off the bat with a key one that you're seeing in the title here and on the thumbnail. We're going to start doing this right off the bat, so if you don't want to watch the rest of it, you don't have to, but keep in mind, as we continue on after this article, there's some great news feeds continuing in this video, so stick around. Remember, I post videos every single day for you. So we are starting this one off right here. This is from Mopar Insiders. It is comparing the Jeep Wrangler versus the Ford Bronco in 2024 sales analysis. Which one of these two massive icon vehicles, the two top shelf off-roading SUVs ever made, where do they stand as far as sales? So we dive in and take a look at this right here between the JL Wrangler and the Ford Bronco SUV. We are going to look at this. Here's the charts right here. So for H1, so we got first half of, these are half, okay, half one of 2023, Wranglers versus Broncos, 84 to 58. Second half of 2023, 70 versus 68. They're getting a little closer in there. And in the first half of 2024, 77 versus 50. That's a pretty good difference in there right there too. That's these are pretty good differences for how much more you sell. They sell the JL than they do the actual Bronco. But in a 9% drop in Jeep, which everybody's always on the comments go, oh, Jeep, they're going to close down. They can't sell the Jeep. Nobody's going to buy a Wrangler. But look at Ford's actually doing much worse at 14.5% down on these. So when you look at the total numbers, which I believe they gave us right here for the first half of 2024. Wrangler maintained its leads. We already saw that. I thought they were going to give me full year 2023 numbers, but we'd have to add these together. If you wanted a full year of last year comparison for that, that would come in at, if we did that, so let's just call it, round it a little bit here. We're going to call it 71,000 plus 85,000. Puts you at 156,000 Wranglers for 2023. So 156, and I did not mean to close that. So we had 156, then we got 69,000 plus 59,000 is 128. Minus 156,000. So it's a difference of 28,000 more Wranglers were sold last year than they did of the Broncos. Pretty interesting there for you. You want to take, for consideration. Both these vehicles are amazing. I would not hesitate to own either one. I love both of these. These vehicles are pretty awesome. They both got some great features, but what I love most is we are talking about two purebred off-road SUVs. I love that. This is not a Toyota Land Cruiser designed as a mall crawler. This is not any of that stuff. We are talking front and rear lockers. We are talking about disconnectable sway bars. We are talking about heavy ground clearances, 35-inch tires all day long. We're talking about quality vehicles here designed to be used off-road, and I love that both of them are still here. I wish these sales numbers went up. I wish this was +9. This was +14. I get it, they're not cheap, but I mean, without these vehicles, where are we at? If we don't have these, what happens to the off-road world without these two vehicles in it? Would be a pretty ugly place. So hopefully these sales numbers pick up for both, but I did find this very interesting, like I said, with how many people are like, oh, Jeep's going to go away. They're not going to keep Jeep no more. Look at how few of them they sell. Ford, who's one of the biggest companies in the world that sells a lot of vehicles, they're struggling even worse with the Bronco than what Jeep is with the Wrangler. Moving on from there, we have right here, okay, most Americans are underwater on their auto loans used car values dip. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, those who are underwater with their loan owe a record high. They're underwater by $6,255 behind the value of their vehicle. Okay, that's a pretty ugly place to be. That means if you want to go trade in your car on a new one, you're going to have to carry over $6,000 from your vehicle you're getting rid of to be able to get into a new one. That sucks. It comes from the people spending way too much money during the pandemic and buying cars at record high prices and all the BS that's there. Well, now the bill comes due. Okay, it's coming due now, and you're upside down. Okay, you're upside down for an ICE engine for an average person. You're upside down by $6,200. EV owners with negative equity are 10 grand in the hole. So if you bought yourself a nice, cute little Tesla and you had it was all cool, and now you're like, all right, I hate charging and I want to get something else. You want to go trade it in. You're 10 grand in the hole. You're negative equity. You're upside down by 10 grand. These numbers are horrible. These are going to cause some very big problems. They're going to make it where a lot of people are going to walk away from their vehicles. They're going to let them get repoed. They're just done. They'll just be like, forget it. My credit can take the hit or it can't, but either way, I can't do it. They're going to just walk away. Pretty sad, the state of what this is going to do. And it's going to affect us tremendously over the next year or two. This is going to become a very big issue for a lot of people. And it's probably going to affect all of our interest rates, because banks are going to have to deal with these forfeit and walkaway repo and exposure loans like this. They're going to have to deal with that. It's going to cause a lot of problems for us because the banks are going to get fed up with it. So it's going to be more higher rates for subprime buyers. It's going to be horrible rates for even us as prime buyers. It's going to be a mess everywhere because of the stupidity of all this happened. And now the bill comes due. Here it is. No way around it. Okay, it's horrible. Like I said, people are, this mistake should have never happened to begin with. But it did, and many people fell victim to it, and now they're in trouble for it, and somebody's got to pay the bill. That's how it comes. It's the way it goes. All right, next one on here. This one here I find funny, but it is another example of the lack of quality control that we see everywhere. Okay, and this is not just Chevy. We saw the same thing happen with Ford. We're seeing this stuff everywhere, but somehow a Chevy dealer's new Corvette with mismatched seats, okay, somehow a $200,000 Corvette made it through all of Chevy's quality inspection points through the entire process and came out with this. How do you miss this? Okay, it says right here, somehow several quality checks missed the half of the seats in a 2024 Chevrolet Corvette were the wrong color. I mean, you can see it here in the picture. You'll see it again too. The dealer, Chevy dealer, says that Chevy sent him a car with completely mismatching seats. The frames are identical, the color is different, and stick out like a sore thumb. Somehow the car still managed to pass various quality checkpoints before delivery. Okay, this guy put a video on it, but somehow he took it down, but you can see it right here. Look at, I mean, how is this not obvious? This is a $200,000 Corvette. How does this get not happen? Now, he did say in here that some people would actually consider this a cool thing and a one-off, and people would like it, and because it is a mismatch and a specialty type vehicle. But the point is, quality control is not what it used to be for anybody. If this can go through all these quality checks and nobody knows that you got a black seat and a white seat in a Corvette on a $200,000 car that should be going over with a fine-tooth comb, we are in a bad place with cars. Not good. So anyway, there's that. And then this one here, Chevy Silverado sales up 5% to 149K units during second quarter. That's cool, but let's talk about all of them. Okay, so we see on here now you got the Silverado light duty trucks, which is your 1500s. They're up 7.7%. That's a beautiful thing. They're up 2.6 year over year so far for this time. But the key is that second quarter, they're jumping huge. They're at 7.7 for second quarter. The HDs are down. That's going to be your 25, 3500s. You got to remember, when they call Silverado medium duty, it's actually the ultimate heavy duty. These are your, right here, say right here, these are your, medium duty is actually your super heavy duties. They are coming in at 143% increase in there. That's nice. Seems like some hot shotters and fleet services are going to them. Beautiful thing. You can see how some of these other ones compare here. Second quarter, Ford F-Series down 8% for second quarter. Chevy Silverado up 5.3. Rams down 23. Sierra's up 5.7. Tundra's killing it. Look at Tundra. And this is second quarter only. So people knew that this issue was happening, the recall was happening. People knew this. This wasn't like this was first quarter. This is second quarter when all this was going on. Look at that. 31% people are eating up the Tundras right now. They're loving it. And I don't know why, but they are. They're eating it. Unfortunately, Nissan, the Titan's going the other way. What a shame, too, because it's such a great truck. Down 37% overall year to year. Even over last year, it's down 22. Pretty bad. Over year from last year, Tundra's up 31. Ram is down 19 since last year, and Ford is down 10% for the F-Series since last year. But that would make sense because these, in order for the Tundra to go up 31%, something else has got to lose. Well, that loss seems to be coming from Ram and seems to be coming from Ford. So there you go. Kind of, and there's more to this article if you want to read it. Remember, any article you want to find, just type in the author, GM Authority, and then you type in any of these keywords, it'll pop right up for you. And remember, I post 1, 2, or 3 videos every single day. Hit the subscribe button. Any comments you got, drop them in the box below. I'll answer them. Thanks for watching.